everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of Live Well and Educate.
Welcome back. Glad to see you here.
We've been doing our podcasts on Sunday evenings, and at one point we mentioned the Sunday blues. So before we start the topic of today and this week, I just wanted to check in with you and see how you're feeling, if you're feeling any Sunday blues tonight.
Sunday blues. I suppose maybe a little bit. I just got back from my classroom, kind of prepping for this week and the next couple weeks, and I don't know what it is, but I can't seem to get my shit together this week, or I shouldn't say this week, this entire year, where I always feel like I'm behind. So, um, I don't know if I would have called it the blues, like I'm sad, but I am feeling a little anxious, like just feeling behind the eight ball, like I have pretty much every Sunday this entire school year.
Yeah, this is the first year that you have had to go in consistently on Sunday evenings. We've talked about that a little bit, but just to prepare and make sure you're one step ahead of the game.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We live close to school, so I can pop in. I've always made a point in the last like 5, 6 years, like I'm not bringing anything home. That's just like my thing. I'm not going to bring work home. If I have to check an email here and there, I'll do that. I'd rather go up to school and take care of whatever I need to take care of. And I have like figured out this year that like I only have so much time at school to get all the things that I need to get done, and something has to give. And I think it's Sunday night for an hour or so, just so I can get my shit together before I start the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't love it. I don't love it. It's just a reality. Like that's just where I'm at this year.
Well, and I think everyone experiences a class like this. Like there are some years where, and you're kind of like a fly by the seat of your pants kind of teacher, typically. And
I
we talked
love it.
about it before, right? Like kids can get you off on a tangent, and you can hold a conversation for a long time, and you can be really flexible with your class, which is one of your strengths. But this year, it's not really possible. You really have to be structured and have everything planned out. Because what happens if there's unstructured time, or what happens if you don't?
Oh yeah, any unstructured time, the kids will just fly off the rails. Um, yeah, I have to be super diligent with the way I'm preparing each week, just because um, the kids can't handle that, like figuring out along the way. And I don't like saying figure it out, but I like leaving quite a bit of wiggle room for conversations between the kids and I. But this class needs an extra thumb on them all the time. So there's no wiggle room for extra conversations or discussion. Of course, we have normal, typical discussions about the content, but like just random things that we would discuss, or fun facts that I just come up with out of nowhere. And I remember like those things don't work this year. So being pretty regimented and planned out is what's working. So that's why I'm in on Sunday night.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm feeling a little anxious about this week. I was out of town all weekend. I guess anxious isn't really the right word. I think that's overused a lot. So I'm
Yeah,
not
I
really.
almost said that too. Did I say
Yeah,
it?
you said anxious,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm exactly like I said, and I
yeah.
was like, I probably shouldn't have said that because everybody says they're anxious. Like whatever. But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
yeah,
know. I don't really know what it is. It's just kind of like I haven't really I don't really have my calendar nailed down. The kids both start basketball this week, so it's kind of like getting used to a new season of events and stuff. So it's just kind of I'm not really sure what's gonna what's
yeah.
gonna happen this week, but we figured it out.
Would nervous
Like
be an appropriate word to use?
I think more like unprepared or ill prepared.
Sure,
Like I don't feel as prepared or confident going into the week that like I normally do.
sure.
And that's on me. That's on me.
But you'll
So
figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe get to school a little early tomorrow and get prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, don't cheat. You were
Oh,
looking at my notes.
I don't know. I thought they were
You
notes
get
for both of us.
Nope, you're
All
not
right.
allowed to look.
All right. I'm not much of a note taker anyway, so it wouldn't have helped.
Okay, so we are going to talk about something that I've mentioned in another podcast episode, and it's called Completing the Stress Cycle. And this is something I learned about when I was. Stop
I'm
cheating!
not looking. You told me the first time we filmed for YouTube that I gotta like keep my eyes moving. So I'm just like trying to stay in between you and me, and your notes are right where my eyes are going.
Well, don't move them
Maybe you
to
should
the
move your
tablet.
notes.
Okay, I
All right.
will.
Anyways, sorry.
So one of the things that I had mentioned was completing the stress cycle, and I had researched it a lot and read a lot about it when I was starting my private practice, because it relates a lot to educators and people in the helping profession in general. Like we talked about last episode, a lot of the things we talk about now are relate or translate into a lot of all of the other helping professions. It doesn't really matter what profession you're in. If you're helping others, you experience a lot of the same things. So anyway, the stress cycle is essentially you feel stressed by your job or your occupation, and your everything is heightened, right? Like your central nervous system is heightened. You start to feel burnout, and then like what brings you back down? What are some strategies to bring you back down? Because if you don't complete the cycle, then you're continuously up here, and that's when you get unhealthy. And that can look unhealthy in a lot of different ways, but essentially that's what leads to burnout if you're not able to ever bring yourself back down. So I'm doing the circle because it's a cycle, right? Like you get up and then you got to bring yourself back down. And this could this could happen on a daily basis. It could happen multiple times a day. But it's essential that you practice ways to get yourself back down so that you're taking care of you.
Okay.
So there are 7 research proven effective ways to complete your stress cycle. 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try to guess what they are?
Okay. 7.
Okay.
Sure. Drinking. Alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. All right. No, seriously though. More alcohol. No. All right. Exercise has to be one.
Yep.
Exercise has to be one. Uh, things that you need to do well is what it is, right? Things you need to do like
on a consistent basis.
Consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
Get good sleep.
Oh, sleep it's not on the list, but I was wondering why it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a reset. But
It's like a reset.
Yeah.
I mean, like sleep is important to keep yourself healthy no matter what, whether like mentally and physically, right?
Right. 100%. But that doesn't count because it's not on the list. So that you only have one.
Okay. Exercise, sleep, like having somebody to confide in, like a maybe a counselor or therapist. No, because you wouldn't want to do that. You don't need to do that every day. How about nutrition, eating well?
That's something to help keep you healthy, but that doesn't help your stress. I mean, it helps your stress, but it doesn't complete the stress cycle in the moment. Like It doesn't release what it needs to release in the moment.
Okay. I don't really know.
Definitely important. Nutrition is definitely important.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like this is good that we're doing this because I only know like the most basic things. Like, what do I do? Like, well, I probably would drink every night. And then like exercise, get up and exercise in the morning. I have to like tell somebody about a shitty situation or some heightened sense of stress that I was feeling throughout the day, whether it be, at school or in the military, feel that stress. I have to tell somebody about it. Maybe like debrief, I guess would be a word to think about. Is that one of them?
That's a good one. Well, there's positive social interaction, which I think could count.
Yeah. It's me and Dustin playing pig after school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I don't have anything else. Like I don't know. I'm not real great at completing the stress cycle, I guess.
Well, you are, because you don't have to do everything on the list.
Oh,
It's
these are
just
just
like
like things that
what
you
works, what could work,
could work.
right? Like there's a list of 7, um, and then you would pick what works for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, because certain things work differently for others, right? They're more effective for other people.
Sure. All right. So why don't you
Yeah,
tell
I'll
me?
tell.
Because I
Okay,
got
so
nothing.
exercise is number 1, and you're spot on. So exercise is the most effective way to complete the stress cycle. Um, Everything that's released during exercise and after helps bring that central nervous system back down and gets you back to base level, ground level. Um, it doesn't have to be anything super intense. Moderate physical activity, 30 to 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week is plenty. Um, and I talked about the last conference I was at in the last episode, and someone raised their hand and they were like, "Well, everything you're talking about takes time." Like, well, yeah, it does. It does take time. So, we talk about these things, and yes, it has to be a priority in your day. You have to be able to make time to implement these things into your day. Not all of them, but if you want the most effective way to be less stressed, exercise is going to be your first go to.
Right. Unless you enjoy being miserable.
Right.
Right. Unless you
Yeah.
enjoy, which it seems like some people enjoy being miserable.
I think
Like,
so. Yeah.
but if you don't enjoy being miserable and you want to fix it, like you have to prioritize your health and like what are you going to do to fix it?
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to get up at 5 in the morning to go exercise because you don't have time for it after school.
Right.
Yeah. Like, and then you can't watch that next episode of Breaking Bad, right? Like,
Shoot.
yeah, I know. Like it, and it sucks. But that
Yeah.
might not be what is appropriate for you if you don't want to be miserable.
A big thing that I felt when I started getting really stressed, it was when we had kids, is I felt really guilty. I felt really guilty trying to make exercise a priority in my life because I felt like it was taking time away from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, no, I did too. I think we've discussed that before,
Mm-hmm.
but I think so much, and we've learned this, and I think we definitely have talked about this. So much about what we do as parents is modeling to our children what is best for us, right? And if our kids see us exercising every day, like they know and understand that it's important and it's a priority, and it should be a priority, so we can give the kids like the best version of ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's so important. And at the end of the day, like you said, modeling for our kids and teaching them how to incorporate that into their lives so that they can be healthy adults is so important. That's our job.
Right? I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
hope that someday they have a job that presents some sort of stress because it's probably important and impactful, and we can show them that like, hey, we modeled to our children like taking care of stress in an appropriate way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that I think is cool and a good way to combine um, like two birds, one stone, and you talked about it before, is playing pig with Dustin, this positive social interaction. So if you can combine two of these ways to complete the stress cycle into one event, right? Like a lot of times I'll walk or run with a friend, and it's like, boom, positive social interaction, exercise at the same time. A super effective way to de stress.
Right. Going to the gym, lifting with a buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. I think you guys do more of the social interaction than the lifting sometimes, but sometimes that's what you need,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes
You
it's what's
gotta,
necessary.
yeah,
Yeah. We get a little carried away at the gym sometimes.
and that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you look forward to it.
I do.
That's really important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another way is, so we have exercise, we have positive social interaction, we have deep breathing. That sounds super cheesy.
Yep.
Uh-huh. But deep breathing has been proven to help. What? You're questioning that.
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
To
And then
help
I'll question it
complete
here in a minute.
to help complete the stress cycle if done the right way. So, for example, I led a group last spring of teachers, and I had a guest person come in because I had read about this. Okay, breathing can help reduce and complete the stress cycle. But I'm not a breathing expert. I'm not a yoga teacher. I'm not, so I wanted to teach them, okay, if I'm going to tell you that breathing is going to help you with this, I want to teach you how to do it the right way. I'm going to show you how to do the right way.
Okay.
Okay. So on the count of 3, take a deep breath in through your nose.
Okay.
Go ahead. I didn't say 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. And let it out. Good job. Okay. What did your shoulders do?
They lifted and went back. I don't know. They rose up.
Yeah, they rose up.
My lungs filled with air.
Right. Okay. So this is what she taught us. So when you breathe in and you go like this, you're creating more tension in your body. Like, right, you're tensing up your shoulders and your upper body. So she said instead to try to focus on, it's kind of hard to do on this tiny couch, on breathing like out, like expanding your ribs out to the sides instead of up. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So to practice doing that, and she talked about how there's no like tried and true way. Like there's so many, like there's square breathing and triangle breathing and star breathing, all sorts of things. But as long as you're breathing in that right way and in that right fashion, it can really help bring down the stress level, especially in the middle of a stressful day.
Yeah.
Like if you can take 30 seconds to do some deep breaths.
Maybe I do that. I'm a big sigher. I sigh
You do.
a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like an instinctual way that my body's trying to cope with stress. It's like, Phil, take trash out.
I don't think you can use that. Like if I ask you to do something, like I'm just completing the stress cycle.
Maybe I can. Be careful what you wish for. I don't know.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, affection. This is like physical affection, and this could be,
Now we're talking.
yeah. Yes, it could be physical intimacy with a partner, absolutely. And it also could be if you don't have a partner. It could be if you have a pet. It could be cuddling with a pet. Sometimes I'll take my kids and hug them and probably almost suffocate them because I just need that hug and that closeness. But physical affection and closeness can help complete the stress cycle.
Okay, I get that. I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Laughter, true, genuine laughter can help de-stress and complete that stress cycle. So I think we talked about it before, and that can kind of go with social interaction. If you're around people who make you laugh, that can help, and that kind of goes hand in hand. But even, watching a funny movie or a funny show, TV series.
I was just thinking, I remember, I don't know, every once in a while after one of us have a rough day, we'll Netflix before bed and we're like, I don't want to watch anything depressing or serious. Let's watch an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
And it lightens the mood. It kind of, freshens things up. So that makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. On the opposite end of that, crying is a big way to complete the stress cycle. And go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that these don't have to pertain to everybody, because I don't think that would work for me. But it's different for everybody. So
it is.
I've seen you use it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a big crier. But I do cry when I'm extremely stressed or extremely mad. And it is like a reset for me. And we'll talk about in a little bit, like what out of this list, what works best for us. But crying can definitely be a reset. Sometimes you just have to, it's such a cheesy analogy, but you have like the Coke bottle, right? You shake it up and all these emotions are fizzing. Sometimes you just have to take the top off and let it all come out. So that's kind of how I relate the crying to. Creative outlet is another way. So if you can find a creative outlet that you can do on a regular basis that helps you kind of go into your own mind, another part of your mind, rather than focusing on the stress. So that would be like painting or music or dance. What are you laughing at?
Again, like not for me. So I'm great. I'm glad that some people really enjoy that. Like I could see I really could see some people getting into that. Like, man, I need to go play on my cello and just like get into it and love it. Like I could
Yeah.
see our orchestra teacher doing it. I mean, we were just talking at the brewery on Friday about it. Like,
Hmm.
that's awesome. And I wish I were creative, but I'm smiling because like that just I don't think that can possibly pertain to me.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really see that pertaining to you either.
But like I can
Yeah.
see how it
Yeah.
would pertain to several people and many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree. So we have, that was a seven. So we have exercise, positive social interaction, breathing, affection, crying, laughing, and a creative outlet. So out of those seven, what would you think are the most effective for you?
So I'd say exercising,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like positive social interaction. Like those two are like the top. Like anytime I feel shitty, like I said, I have to like I'm such a social guy. I have to talk about it or tell somebody about it. And I feel like once it's out, then like I'm feeling better. That's like the beginning of starting to feel better or getting over it, I should say. Just talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's not like talking about it like a shrink sitting on a couch.
Right.
It's just talking about it with my buddies, just kind of relax and telling them, a poor interaction that I had with a parent or some stupid thing that a kid did in class that really frustrated me. Just having a conversation about it. Then they tell me a story about something that happened in their class one time, and then it's like, we're all laughing and giggling about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can move on.
Now we can move on. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one to add though that I think really works for me that I think
Mm-hmm.
is a little bit different is like being out in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like going for a little walk and like looking and hearing the birds and just like getting fresh air, like nature, like not walking on concrete but walking on grass and dirt. I don't know, that just seems to like let something in my body out and float into the universe. Sounds kind of weird, but that's how I feel sometimes when I'm walking in the woods.
It doesn't sound weird at all because I actually wondered why it's not on this list because
Mm-hmm.
it's helpful for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're lucky enough to live next to a lot of places where we can just go out our back door and go be in nature within a couple minutes. Um, and that's really important to us. So that's maybe why we live here, right?
Right.
Like we know we need that.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree that nature, if you're able to exercise in nature, that even better. If you're able to exercise with a friend in nature, I mean, the list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but again, it takes time. It takes a true effort to be able to incorporate these into your life, but
What?
it has been proven.
Which ones are best for you?
Exercise for sure. Um, Crying when I really need it, like when I'm really up here. Sometimes I cry while I'm exercising, and that's kind of ugly.
Yeah, it's
But
funny because I was going to mention after this, but I'll forget if I don't bring it up now. Um, when you exercise, when I exercise, they look completely different. Like
yeah,
I don't think like if I go for a run, I'm not thinking about anything outside the run. If I'm lifting, I'm not thinking about anything other than like the next set. But you are like, decompressing and like going through whatever stressed you out.
I am. Yeah, I go through. Yeah, exactly. I go through my day, and I'm in a spot now where my job and my life is in a much easier spot where it doesn't cause me more stress to run through it while I'm running in my mind. But there was a time where I would be running and I would be decompressing my day and I would actually burst out into tears on a run because it was just got me to a point where I was so stressed. But then I was good. I mean, it was ugly, um, but then I was able to move on and kind of process it. But yeah, I think while I run or exercise, you definitely don't, but it works. At the end of the day, it works for both of us.
Right.
Um, I think a creative outlet would be super cool. Like, I like to do puzzles.
Mm-hmm. You do.
I don't know if that's counted as a creative outlet, but I really enjoy it. So I guess I would include that, but I don't have a creative outlet other outside of puzzles.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe someday.
Hmm. So I guess I would ask you if I'm like I don't even want to say a newer teacher because like wherever you are as an educator, like you can be experiencing various levels of stress, whether it be in the classroom or at home or, relationship wise. But, we all have probably gone through each of these things and to some extent, but say I'm stuck and I'm super stressed and I can't figure out a way to get myself out of this cycle of stress. How, like, where would I begin to start completing that stress cycle of all these things that you listed? Where would you recommend that I begin and how?
I think that there's research based shows research shows that exercise is the number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The number one way, and you can try it. But if you don't have experience exercising, or if you don't know where to start, or if you're just feeling completely lost, um, that's exactly where I come in. Like that's exactly what I do, is to help educators who are feeling stuck and don't know kind of where to start. Um, I can help jumpstart. Like my goal is not to have educators see me for the rest of their career. Like my goal is to help them find a way, um, to find what helps them complete their stress cycle and what they need and what they'll benefit most from, and we can kind of learn that together.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that kind of
great.
what you were looking
That's
for?
that's what I
Yeah.
was looking for. Because
Yeah.
like I mean, we can talk about these like 7 things that we do and then make sure we're getting good sleep and then maybe some people are drinking alcohol too much or whatever. But I guess some point we all hit like a bump in the road that's just a little too big and we need somebody to help us get over that hump.
Yeah.
Right.
I kind of think of myself as like an accountability partner too, right? Like you start going to the gym with a friend, it's a lot easier to go if you know someone else is going, right? Like you need a lot of times we need someone to help hold us accountable, and I think of myself as that. But um, yeah, I mean, I want to help, right? Like I want to help people, and I'm not perfect at any of these. I still have bad days, and I still get stressed, and um, struggle at times and hit those bumps that you talk about. But my goal is to go through that with educators, as they're going through it, so it doesn't have to get to a point where they're feeling completely stuck and burnt out. Um, so right now I'm contracted with the district, but that doesn't mean that I can't work with other educators. Like I can work with any educator anywhere.
Right. Right. Like anybody, you can do virtual, you can do
Hmm.
in person stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what has always stuck out to me about what you're doing and what you're like pioneering here is that like you have been in the classroom, you've been a teacher, you've been in education for 16 years now because like nothing chaps my ass more than trying to talk about like something that happened at school with somebody that's not a teacher, not an educator, somebody that's never been in the classroom. They're like, "Oh yeah, I know what you mean." Like, no, bullshit. You have
Right. You
no
don't.
idea
Hmm.
like what it's like. And not that not that what I do or what we do is this like crazy thing that you can't understand, but the day to day is so much different than anybody has any idea of what it actually is. Like it's so far beyond what I ever thought it would be when I was thinking I wanted to be a teacher,
Hmm.
and not necessarily always in a bad way. But I am 100% convinced that when parents send their kids to school, they have no idea like all the decisions and all the thoughts that their kids' teachers have to go through on a day to day basis. And again, I do want to say like I'm not complaining about it,
Right.
but it's different for you as a counselor because you've been there, you've done it.
Right. Right. I understand all of the, maybe not all, but so many of the interpersonal things that you experience, not just with your students, but with other staff, um, with the meetings, with the prep times, with the ancillary staff, right? Myself included, all the people who are pulling your kids out of the room to service them, and the conversations that you have, and working as a team to do what's best for students. There's, like you said, there's so much that goes into it, and there can be so many things to talk about, and so many things to trip you up. I'm just here to talk you through it, or just to listen, or just to be a listening ear.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. You're doing great things. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested in, in signing up for a session, I'm private pay, so I'm not going through any insurance companies quite yet. I'm not quite at that stage yet, but I'm licensed, and would love to talk with you or have a conversation with you. I can do virtual sessions if you're not in the area, or in person. But like I said, I'm just here to help,
Yeah.
here to connect.
How can they get a hold of you if they're not somebody in the district that you're currently serving right now?
Yeah, you can send me a private message on Facebook. You can send an email to my email address, support@superioreducatorwellness.com. Those would be the two best ways to get a hold of me. A DM, right? That's what they call them?
Yeah.
A
Slide
DM?
in your DMs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DM or send me an email.
Yeah, great. You can just Google Superior Educator Wellness Services also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll pop up. My website will pop up. Yeah, you can send a message through my website too.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yep.
And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Give us a review, rate us, and then give us a review as well. All the 5 stars helps. We're trying to, every couple days or so, I go on to like Apple Podcasts or Spotify and just throw in our name and see how quickly we're popping up. We're not quite there yet, but we can be with everybody's help. There's a bunch of people out there that are rooting for us to do great things. More importantly, Becky to do great things. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. You've got this.
We got you. See you soon.